what's up? It's Clay, and I'm back with part 5 of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. There will be 2 cases like this, these smaller ones, and one other case that I'll show you at the end. But this will be the last video in my DVD Blu-ray collection series, so if you haven't already checked out the other ones, go do that now. Well, after you watch this video. Don't leave this video to go do it. But go check those out. There's been 4 parts. This is part 5. So this is the first case of part 5. So here's what we got in here. We have Stephen King's The Stand. I started watching this and I never finished it, but from what I saw, it wasn't a bad movie. I've never watched it, or I've never read any of his books, but I have seen a lot of Stephen King movies. This one isn't my favorite, but it's still good. So then we have Star Trek. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, and to be honest, I bought this as a way to start watching Star Trek, I guess. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I'm into Star Wars, but I just never really got into the series, so I'm hoping if I actually go and watch these ones that I have, maybe I'll start to like it. But this is Star Trek, the first, like, newer movies. I think it came out in 2009, I think, starring Chris Pine. But again, not a huge Star Trek fan, but I figured I do want to try to watch it just to see what, like, the hype is for Star Trek. And I'll probably get around to it eventually, but I don't know. I've just never been a fan of Star Trek. This is Star Trek the Motion Picture. And then this is Star Trek the original series, season 1. So we have, these are those 2-sided discs, where you flip it over. But we have all of those, the original series, season 1, so that's all of these discs. So next we have Step Brothers. This is a really funny comedy movie starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. If you haven't checked this movie out, definitely check it out. This movie is hilarious. We have another copy of The Stand by Stephen King, because it came in a Stephen King set, which that's what we're here now. This is the Stephen King set. So there's another copy of The Stand, The Golden Years, which I haven't seen, The Langoliers, which I haven't seen, Silver Bullet, which I didn't watch, The Dead Zone, The Graveyard Shift, I haven't seen any of those, and then Pet Sematary, which I have seen, and I did have another copy of Pet Sematary that came with the second Pet Sematary. But I do like Stephen King movies. I just haven't seen all of his movies that I have. And then here's some more from Stephen King. So we have Storm of the Century, The Stray, and Final Spawn on this disc. And then Watch Me, Deadfall Trail, The Fear Chamber, and Hindsight. That's I think it's called the Storm of the Century collection or whatever. But it's got those 7 movies in the set. More Stephen King. I haven't actually watched any of those yet either. But, I'll probably get around to it someday. Probably watch them, closer to Halloween or something next year. So, The Strangers Pray at Night. This is the sequel to The Strangers, which I have seen bits and pieces of, the original Strangers, and it was kind of confusing, but this one looked good. I haven't seen it yet, but it looked good, so I got it. After seeing bits of the first one, I kind of had the idea of what was going on. So I do want to check this out. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Stuart Little and Stuart Little 2. Really enjoy the first one. I didn't even know they made a second one, but I have the 2-pack, so that's cool. The first one's really good. It's a really good kids movie, and then Stuart Little 2 I haven't seen. Taken, which was really good. Taken 2 and Taken 3. I've seen most of Taken 2. It wasn't bad. And then Taken 3 I've seen parts of. I haven't actually watched the full movie. Don't know if I will. But yeah, it's Liam Neeson, so of course I had to get it. This is the complete series of Teen Titans. This was my favorite show, ever on Cartoon Network. It's basically a group of teenage superheroes from the DC universe. So it was Robin, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and then two other people, Raven and one other girl. I don't know why I'm forgetting what her name is, but anyways, they're all, Robin you might be familiar with from the Batman franchise as Batman's sidekick, if you will, and Cyborg's from Justice League. So the other ones are just kind of DC characters that haven't really been introduced yet. But it's a really good TV show, and I really enjoyed watching it as a kid. They came out with that new Teen Titans Go thing, and I didn't really enjoy that, but the original Teen Titans was really good. So this is the complete collection. So you have disc 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's the complete series. This is the Terminator Classic. This is the only one I have, and I have seen this. It's classic Schwarzenegger. If you haven't seen Terminator, check it out. That's What I Am. This is from WWE Studios. I don't think I've seen this. This Empty Space that's The Worst, which is another Tim Hawkins DVD. That's why there's an empty space, because it's loaned out right now. But another Tim Hawkins, really funny. Thor and Thor Ragnarok. I don't have the Dark World. Thor the Dark World is the only one I need for the MCU movies. And I don't want to spend, everywhere I go and find it, it's always $20, and I don't want to spend $20 on Thor. But I don't want to spend that much money on a movie that I don't like that much. Thor the Dark World is definitely my least favorite of the MCU films. But I do want to get it because it's the last one I need. Next we have the Thou Shalt Laugh collection. So this is another Christian comedy series. So we have Thou Shalt Laugh 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're all pretty funny. Not bad. You can check those out. This is Tim Lovelace. He's another comedian. He's pretty funny. This was a Disney Movie Rewards mystery Blu-ray. I'm never gonna watch it. It's Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure. I didn't even know this movie existed. But it was a mystery Blu-ray from Disney Movie Rewards, so that's why it's here. I'm never gonna watch it, but it's a Disney movie, so yeah. Anyways, Titanic, classic. Never watched the whole thing, but I don't know if I ever will. But it is a classic. Tom and Jerry, the deluxe anniversary collection. If I'm not mistaken, this has, I believe, 30 classic episodes of Tom and Jerry on it. Tom and Jerry was a very good TV show. Obviously, it wasn't on like new episodes when I was a kid, but I have seen reruns of Tom and Jerry, and I do like the show. So it's a really good show, classic show. Check it out. Then we have Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and Toy Story 4. I've seen the first three, haven't seen the fourth one. Wanted to see it in theaters, but didn't get around to seeing it in theaters. I got it when it came out on DVD. I still haven't watched it yet, but I will get around to it. It's one I do want to check out. This is the Transformers collection. So we have Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, and then the new Last Night, K-N-I-G-H-T, not N-I-G-H-T. But anyways, I heard this one sucked. I've only seen the first two, but I have the whole thing, the whole collection, just to have all of them. The Transporter, this was a young Jason Statham from 2002, I believe. This was a pretty good movie. I think they made 3 of these. Jason Statham is a transporter, which means he's somebody that gets hired to transport stuff from one place to another. Sometimes illegal stuff. Well, most of the time it's illegal stuff. But in the movie, he gets in over his head with something he has to transport, and I'm not gonna say what it is because that'll ruin the movie. But definitely check out this movie. It's a really good movie. Haven't seen the other two, but this one was really good. Another mystery Blu-ray from Disney Movie Rewards. This is Treasure Buddies. It's the Air Buddies, the Air Bud, the movie. This is the pups, but it's Treasure Buddies. I guess they're in Egypt or something. I don't know. Never watched it, probably never will. But again, mystery Blu-ray from Disney Movie Rewards, and that's why it's here. Treasure Planet, one of my favorite Disney movies ever. I don't know why I like it so much. I just do. This is one of my favorites. Troy. This was a good movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I haven't watched it since I bought it on DVD. But I do remember liking it. So I'll probably rewatch this soon, just so I can remember kind of, what it is, what it's about, and how good it is. But it stars Brad Pitt. But I do remember liking it last time I watched it, but that was a while ago. Unsane. This movie, it was another one that I wanted to see in theaters. I didn't get around to seeing it in theaters, but it looked good. This lady goes quote unquote insane and thinks her stalker is following her to the insane asylum where she is, and I've never seen it, so I don't know how it ends, but that's pretty much the premise of the movie, and I wanted to see it and didn't. Still haven't watched it since I bought it on DVD, but I'll probably check it out at some point. Up from Disney Pixar, one of the saddest movies probably that Pixar's ever made. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but really good movie. Venom, I really enjoyed this. When I heard they were making a Venom movie, I was on that bandwagon of how are they going to make a Venom movie without Spider-Man in it. And then I watched this movie, and Tom Hardy does a good job as playing Eddie Brock, aka Venom, in this movie. This was a really good movie, so check this out if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, really, really good. Walking with Dinosaurs. Haven't seen this. Yeah, it's I haven't seen it, but I don't really know what it's about. So yeah. War for the Planet of the Apes. I have Rise and Dawn, and this is the last one in the new trilogy of Planet of the Apes. I really enjoyed this one. I think, like I said before, I think Rise is probably my favorite. But they're all good. This one was good too. So check these out if you haven't seen the new ones. Make sure you watch them in order. You know, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then War for the Planet of the Apes. They're good movies. The Waterboy, haven't seen it, but I've heard good things, so I do want to check it out. Westworld Season 1. This is another TV series that I haven't gotten around to seeing yet. I heard it was good, and I do want to check it out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I have a couple other TV series that I'm watching first. But I am looking forward to watching this. So if you've seen it, let me know if I should check it out or not, because this was one that I've heard good things about and I do want to see it. What's New Scooby-Doo? This is another like TV series version of Scooby-Doo. This has a bunch of episodes from the TV series What's New Scooby-Doo. So this has, I think there's 4 per disc, so there's 16 episodes. But again, Scooby-Doo, love it. And What's New Scooby-Doo was on a while ago on Cartoon Network or something like that on TV, and I always watched it. So this, I haven't rewatched this since I bought it, but a lot of the episodes that were listed on the case I have watched. So yeah, good TV series. Wild Hogs, really good movie. I really enjoyed that. Here's a classic, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. If you haven't seen this, check it out. This one's definitely better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but this was a really good movie. Another classic here is The Wizard of Oz. Again, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Because I think everybody's seen this at least once. Really good movie. The Wolf of Wall Street. I haven't actually seen this in full. I've seen like bits and pieces of it, and I've heard mixed reviews on it, but it was really cheap, and I figured I'd get it and just check it out and see what it's like. This is the Wolverine 2-pack. That's why it's here and not in the X for X-Men Origins Wolverine. So you have X-Men Origins Wolverine and The Wolverine. I really like this movie. I don't care what people say. A lot of people give it hate. I really like X-Men Origins Wolverine. I like The Wolverine too. But it's kind of confusing. This one, except for the whole Deadpool scene in this, I think it's a good way of showing the backstory of Wolverine. So yeah, I like this. I don't care what people say. Wonder Woman, probably my favorite of the newer DC movies. This and Aquaman. Really good movie here, really well directed and well put together. I mean, it has its flaws like every movie, but it's still one of my favorite of the new DC movies. Woodlawn. This is a movie about a football team from Woodlawn High School, starring Sean Astin. Really good religious film. Check this out. It's really good. I like it. World War Z. Not a bad movie. This was a pretty good zombie movie. I have the video game of this. But this movie was pretty good, except for the stupid scene on the airplane, but other than that, it's not a bad movie. Check it out if you're into like the zombie type of stuff. Wreck-It Ralph, a good Disney movie. I don't think I've ever seen Ralph Wrecks the Internet or Ralph Breaks the Internet. I have seen this, and this one was really good. I don't have the second one, but I do want to get it. I just haven't gotten it yet. But yeah, this is a really good Disney movie. The X-Men collections, we have X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men The Last Stand, and then the new generation of X-Men movies. We have X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse, and X-Men Dark Phoenix. Out of the original three, I think the first one is my favorite. Well, X-Men 2 is not bad, but this one, and then out of the newer ones, I would say probably First Class is my favorite. I haven't watched Dark Phoenix yet. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Another one I wanted to see in theaters and didn't get around to seeing it in theaters. But yeah, I do want to check this out, and I probably should watch it before I say what my favorite is of these newer ones. But as of right now, I think First Class is my favorite of the newer trilogy. And then one of my favorite TV series of all time, yes, I don't care, I will say it. I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I still am. So Yu-Gi-Oh is, I mean, it was growing up. It was a huge part. Like we played it all the time. We watched it all the time. Loved Yu-Gi-Oh. So this is season 1, volume 1, season 1, volume 2, and then that's where this first case ends. So I'll see you with the second case. Alright, so this is case 2 of part 5 of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2, Volume 1, Season 2, Volume 2, the complete Season 3, and then Season 4, Volume 1, Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City Duels, Bonds Beyond Time. These are the movies, which are, this one at least was just episodes pulled from the TV series. This one's really cool because it combines the original Yu-Gi-Oh! With Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Really like this concept. Really good movie. Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, which was a unique take on the new, the newer Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they have them in, instead of cards, they're in little like balls, and the capsules open up and the monsters come out. So that was really cool. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions, which is the newest one. It came out like last year, I think. Haven't seen it yet, but it's part of the series. So, and then probably my favorite of these like movies, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. Love it. I love the whole series, but this is probably my favorite of the movies. Zathura, not a bad movie. It's kind of a newer take on Jumanji. It's not kind of, it is a newer take on Jumanji. The original Jumanji, at least. But I really enjoy this movie. Next is The Fifth Wave. Never seen it. I heard it's horrible, but like I've said before, I have to watch movies before I can say whether or not they're bad, and before I get rid of them if they're in my collection. So I'm gonna watch it. 9. This is one I've heard mixed things on also. I haven't watched it yet, but it had a really cool glow in the dark slip cover on it. And if movies have a cool slip cover, I'll probably end up buying it, even if I don't know what it is. But this one I hadn't heard of before I bought it, and then the slipcover was just like, yeah, I'll buy it. But I haven't watched it yet. The 10th Kingdom, I started watching this. This actually isn't a bad series. These creatures, I guess, from different, like, dimensions, I guess, end up coming to a portal, through a portal, and the 10th Kingdom is like our country, and so they're like confused when they get here, and then they flip-flop back and forth and things start happening, but as far as I got, it was pretty good. So you can check this out if you haven't seen it. 12 Rounds. This is a good movie. Probably my favorite of John Cena's movies, because this and The Marine, I think, were his most serious roles. And I really like this movie. It was a unique concept, where, his wife gets kidnapped, and the guy that kidnaps her makes John Cena's character have to play a game of 12 rounds in order to rescue her. And so it's a really good movie, really unique concept. I really enjoy this. Check it out. 12 Rounds 2 I haven't seen, and there's a third one which I'll never get, but I heard this one sucked, and I heard the third one was stupid. So 12 Strong, I heard this was really good. Another one I haven't seen yet, but I do want to watch this because I heard it was really good. And I think it's based on a true story. Yeah. So I will check it out eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. 17 again. Not a bad movie. I don't really remember it because it's been a while since I've seen it. But I have seen it. It stars Zac Efron. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it because it's been forever since I've seen it, but 47 Meters Down, another shark movie. They came out with a sequel recently. I really enjoyed this. I saw this in theaters. I've watched it again since I bought it. I mean, it has its downsides, like most shark movies nowadays, but because it is a shark movie, I have it, and I actually enjoy it for the most part. So check it out if you're into like shark movies. 211. This is Nicolas Cage. I haven't actually watched this. I heard it was good, and I saw the previews for it. It looked really good. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to watch it. 300. This was a good movie. Check this out if you haven't. If you're into like that Roman, I think Roman or Greek or Persian or whatever they are. If you're into that kind of stuff, check this movie out. You'll like it. I really like it. 1408. This was I watched this the other day before Halloween, and it was a really weird movie. Basically, John Cusack's character is a ghost hunter. Someone who goes to different haunted locations to see if they're actually haunted, and he ends up going to a hotel and wants to stay in room 1408, and basically Samuel L. Jackson's character is the manager of the hotel, and he tries to talk him out of it, but he won't let him talk him out of it, and then weird things start happening, and it's a really weird movie, but it's Stephen King, so that should tell you something. But yeah, I mean, you can check it out if you like weird, like Stephen King stuff. But it's a really weird movie. 2001: A Space Odyssey. yes, it's a classic, but at the same time, I watched it and I was really bored and confused. And I mean, it's a classic, but I didn't like it. So, and then the last one is 2012, a really good disaster movie here. I really like this. It's probably one of my favorite disaster films. And then this is just my brother's DVD that I'm borrowing, so it's in here so that I don't have to, have it somewhere else where it could get ruined. I just keep it in here. But the Mentalist, which I am watching, I just haven't gotten past this series yet. So I brought them with me to college so I could watch it, and haven't watched it yet. But this is it for case 2. I do actually have one more smaller case to show you, because if you were paying attention throughout these movies or throughout these cases, you would have noticed that I didn't show you my Star Wars collection, so those are actually in a separate case, so I'll show those right now. Alright, so this is going to be my Star Wars movies. I have this really cool Darth Vader CD, DVD holder, case thing, whatever you call these. I got this at the collectibles store, or the one in the mall near where I live, and I love this thing. It only holds so many movies, but as of right now, all the Star Wars movies I have fit in here. So I'll show off the Star Wars collection right now. So I have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. These are in order too of, or chronological order. So Episode 1, Episode 2, The Clone Wars. This was the movie, and then the complete series. So you have Clone Wars Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, and then the Lost Missions, which was what was aired on TV of Season 6 before the show got canceled. Love the Clone Wars. They are bringing it back for, I think they have like 12 episodes or something to finish off Season 6. But really love the Clone Wars. Revenge of the Sith, not bad. Star Wars Rebels the movie, and then Rebels Season 1. I haven't gotten past Season 1. I just never really got into Rebels, but I do want to, so I'll probably rewatch it. I just haven't gotten past Season 1 yet. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. I actually like this. I've heard mixed reviews. People have said they didn't like it for whatever reason, but I thought it was a good movie leading up to A New Hope, and shows how the rebellion gets the Death Star plans and what actually happened leading up to that. So I thought it was a good movie. Yes, it has its flaws. It's not perfect by any means, but I enjoyed it. And then the classic original trilogy, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time. I'm sure many people will agree. And then Return of the Jedi, and then into the newer Star Wars trilogy. So we have The Force Awakens, which wasn't bad. The Last Jedi, which when I saw it in theaters, I was kind of disappointed with it. As were many people, I'm sure. And then I bought it when it came out, because it's Star Wars. And I rewatched it. It's not as bad as I thought it was from the first time, but it's still not perfect. But The Rise of Skywalker comes out next month, and it looks amazing, and I hope J.J. Abrams is able to bring the series back and make up for the mistakes that were made with The Last Jedi. Nothing against Rian Johnson, but the movie just wasn't good, in a sense of a Star Wars film. This is Star Wars Ewok Adventures. So we have on one side the Battle for Endor, and on the second side it's Caravan of Courage, I think is what that says. So I've seen one of these. I don't think I've watched both of these, but that's a really good thing based off of the Ewoks on Endor and stuff. So the story of Star Wars told from the perspective of R2 and C3PO. This was really unique, and I haven't watched this in a while, but I do remember enjoying it for the most part. And then Solo, A Star Wars Story. Again, like Rogue One, I liked it. I'm sure it wasn't as accurate as many people would have liked for the backstory of Han Solo, but hey, I liked it. It was Star Wars. It had its flaws, obviously, but I enjoyed it. So that's it for my DVD Blu-ray collection. If you want, I do have a wrestling movie collection. If you would like to see that, leave in the comments. Let me know. And I can definitely show you that. But that's it for this collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these. I know I always enjoy watching the collection videos on YouTube, and I had a lot of fun making this and being able to go through and look back at my my DVDs and stuff that I have. So this was really fun, and I'll do an updated version of it, some other time once I get more, because I will get more, I guarantee it. But let me know what you guys thought of this collection video, and make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel to get more movie reviews, movie theories, stuff about movies, games, TV shows. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.